Happy Devils Sunday. This is the Let's Go Devils podcast, Sunday edition. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, Twitch, and now on Instagram Live on the Let's Go Devils Network. Coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios inside the bunker. Undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey. From the mountain view of the Garden State cross-continent to the Michael J. Fox Studios in Beverly Hills, California, it's Beer Baron and Scotty of Sirius XM Liquid Metal.
What's up, boys?
Why, hello.
You ever notice that weird pregnant pause that happens between, like, he introduces us and then, like, neither of us say anything? It's because I'm always expecting you to say something first.
Well, now you can't even see his mouth, so you don't know if he's actually going to say something or...
Yeah,
so it's just like a guessing game.
Screwed. Yeah.
Last week he wasn't even on. I had to do the intro last week. We didn't even know. I was like, oh, what?
There we are. We're on screen. On screen. Well, greetings and salutations. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving there, buddy. Hope you had your fill of the fixins.
You as well.
Hope you got all of them fixins.
Lots of fixins and lots of stuffing and all that good stuff. Lots of turkey and, you know.
I've mad respect to anybody that understands why I'm saying fixins like that.
Had some string beans as well. Those were good.
String bean casserole.
But yeah, what's up, everybody? YouTube and X and Instagram. And what's the one I'm always forgetting? Facebook. Hello.
Hello, indeed.
I see Michael Hay and Wimpy and Stephen Angle and Corbin and Selecta. Dubs. What's up, everybody? Yeah, so we had a busy ass week here in old Devil's World.
Brian said, "Let's not talk about goaltending or Quinn Hughes." Do you want to start the show with Quinn Hughes?
Let's not talk about. Oh, there we go, Jay Snow. All right, those two will not come up at all. Well, what we can say is off the bat, yes, the Devils had a busy week, and we can recap some of the good and some of the bad that went down. And oh, damn it, who was it? It was Brett Pesce. Update. You know, remember when they said, "Oh, yeah, I'll be like a couple weeks, no problem." Hey, remember when I said a couple weeks? There was a problem. We had a problem.
We had a problem.
What
kind of problem do you got? We got a big one. We got
a broken hand problem, basically, and we didn't want to tell anybody about it. And now, you know, Brett Pesce is going to be out for a while. So this is kind of a good and bad situation for the Devils. Bad because we know how important Brett Pesce is to the team. Him and Luke Hughes are quite the dynamic duo when playing together. So that's the no good. But on the other side, it helps us out in the financial area because I don't think anyone is going to say, "Oh, just send Nemitz back down to the AHL." Remember that was a plan when everyone got healthy because we have a little overabundance of defensemen.
Or they're going to trade him.
Or someone else. But by the time Brett Pesce comes back, that'll have to be decided. Now, you never know. Someone else may get hurt. But Kovacevic should be back before that. Okay? And then you say, "Oh, Colton White, thank you. You did a good job, bud. Appreciate it." Maybe he turns into your extra defenseman. Okay.
Maybe.
But when Mr. Pesce comes back, then you got a massive logjam there on the defensive side of things. But it doesn't look like he's going to be coming back until basically the same time Jack Hughes is coming back. So for everyone wondering what our trade deadline acquisition is going to look like, it's going to look like Brett Pesce and Jack Hughes. So it buys us some time, move-wise. It buys us some time, move. I don't think they're going to be healthier before then. So, but either way, it buys us some time, move-wise, for the salary cap and everything, because that'll be part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Once that whole defense is theoretically healthy. Now you never know. There may be injuries elsewhere that allows the money to somehow creep in there one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
But theoretically, there should be a move made when Mr. Pesci comes back. Now, looking more like the mid-January time, a la Jack Hughes.
Wait a second. I'm confused. Hold on 1 second. So I saw a report that Pesci was due back within a week and a half. You're telling me that he's not coming back until January?
Brett Pesci is still not close to return and remains considered week to week. The initial thought was at least a month. The update is not great. It appears it's on track for a return in January.
Oh my! When did this come out? When did you see this post?
November 30th at 12:49 Central Time. So a little bit earlier today. Sorry, bud.
So all right, yeah.
Did I just ruin your holiday weekend?
Oh yeah, big time, bud. Thanks a lot, you real big nerd. You know what?
I'm sorry.
It's like you took the turkey, you kicked it out the damn door, and then you let it roll around in the grass, and you picked it up, and you just said it was extra lettuce. All right, it ain't extra lettuce. It's terrible news. It's horrible news.
Yeah.
The hell? Like I go radio silent because I'm busy all day, and the next thing I know, Brett Pesci's out another couple of goddamn weeks. Jesus, it's just I'm stumbling and bumbling for words right now because I just want to say things that I can't say. When you're so angry and you look and you're
I like that you were stumbling
right
and bumbling. I like he went with
stumbling and bumbling like Chris Berman. But like I just it's so my God, that's so frustrating. Because I swear to God, I read yesterday. I believe you 100%. But like I read yesterday that Sheldon Keefe was like, he's like a week away or we're speculating around that. And there was a report that Brett Pesci's actually way closer than we think. And that's the last I read it, and that was yesterday. So the fact that
I don't know.
24-hour swing socked me sideways.
I'm not sure because I just literally hopped onto the couple of sites that I usually look through for see what's going on in the inside trading world of the NHL. And
man, look out.
Yeah, I just hopped on there about an hour or so ago, doing a little prep here for the show. I was like, make sure there wasn't any transactions or anything like that. But what's Brett Pesci? Oh, here's a headline with him. So
he has been skating, but his hand is still in a cast. Keefe says it's weeks away.
Yeah, I think it's good that he's gonna come.
Damn it.
He's gonna come back. It's not like he's just sitting around eating the leftover mashed potatoes all day, putting on like an coach. I gotta lose about 10 now. It was Thanksgiving. It was Christmas.
He looks. All of a sudden, he looks like Carl. He looks like Carl from Aqua Teen. Hey, meat man. And you see Jack Hughes rolling into the room.
What do you want, Cup?
Yeah. Damn, dude. This is just
I loved what he called Shake Cup.
My buddy did an AI version of Carl from Aqua Teen as a real human, and I have to send it to you. It's incredible.
Okay.
But anyways, the injury bug has been once again, hockey gods
ruining my holiday.
We get off to a great start, and then all of a sudden it's like, you can't have nice things. We can't have nice things. Brett Pesci, broken hand. Jack Hughes, stabbed in the hand by a wine glass. It's comical. It is absolutely comical. And I mean, like, what gets more frustrating about every day of this, I mean, listen, let's get the negative out of the way, and then we'll talk about the positives, because there are positives that have come out of this stretch that the Devils
positive
have been on.
is for now is you don't have to figure out who you have to move. You have no pressure to land a deal. It's in the long run, it's good news because we do have depth and we have Kovacevic who's going to come back beforehand as well. And once Kovacevic comes back, that's your defense is looking a lot more solid. No offense to Colton White or anything like that. He's done a great job when he's been in there, on that bottom pairing. But yes. I expect the level of play to step up when Kovacevic comes back in, which I believe, didn't they say it was like November? I thought, wasn't he supposed to be back around November? I'm going to look him up right now.
To be back until like late December. But regardless, to get all the negativity of it out of the way, that's what I read, is late December. To get all the negativity of this situation out of the way, I understand, and I'm seeing people say in the chat, Jason O saying everybody has injuries. Yes, everybody does. Tampa Bay is a very comparable situation to what we have going on. Everybody has injuries. Actually, what's interesting enough is I was listening to 32 Thoughts the other day, and Elliot Friedman was saying that this season there's been more, an increase in injuries over the last couple of years. So this year there's been more injuries than a typical year, and I think that's because it's the condensed schedule. Because what a lot of people forget is there's been a lot of hockey played, and there has to be a lot of hockey played in order for the Olympic break to happen. And this was one of the issues that a lot of people and a lot of the owners were having with the Olympic break, is not only are you going to send players away and you have that 2-week break, but you have to condense your schedule in the beginning of the season, and you're running risk of doing something like this. You're running the risk of having, an increased number of injuries because you're playing night in and night out. Now, whereas it's a fan's point of view where we're looking at it, where it's this is great because it feels like the boys are playing all the time. There's hockey on all the time. It is fantastic, but at the same time, there's built-in breaks in the schedule for a reason, because they need their body to rest. Within the first, I think it was the first 20 games, the Devils were playing there was a 13-game stretch where it felt like they were playing almost every other night. And things are going to happen. Injuries are going to happen. But when those injuries happen, and when your team starts to take on these types of, these situations like the Devils have been taking on, you have to look towards the leaders of the team. And I know there was a lot of people, and I hate when this happens, and we talked about this last week. I hate when this happens, when people call out the captain. It's the easiest person to call out, right? When Andy Green was the captain, when Langenbrunner was the captain. Like we said last week, one of the few guys that you would never call out was Scotty Stevens, rightfully so, because you'd probably reach through the TV screen and strangle you for doing so. But everybody that got on Nico Hischier's case, the captain has stepped up in the biggest way. As we talked about, he leads by example. He leads by example of how he plays on the ice, what he's contributing on the ice. I think he has 9 points in the last 4 games? Him and Timo Meier have taken this team and put them on their back and said, let's go. Jake Allen, huge response in that shutout win against the Buffalo Sabres. And for everybody that's like, oh, it's the Buffalo Sabres, and mocking the fact that it's only the Sabres are a very, very dangerous team. They're very reminiscent to when Lindy Ruff was with the Devils, where they have that fast attack. And it feels like they're going to score every 2 seconds, but they don't. And then they let up the first goal, and the kind of wheels kind of fall off. So there's a little bit of a kind of a similarity to how we used to play. But you can't take the Sabres lightly. You can't take any team lightly, for that matter. And if you don't believe so, look at the standings, because when everybody's like, oh, I can't believe we lost to the Flyers those 2 games. The Flyers are not a bad team. They're only 2 points behind the Devils right now in the standings. So the East is this huge logjam where everybody is super close. All the points are you're 2 points or 4 points away from going from 1st to 4th to 6th in the division. So they've weathered the storm. They're going to have to continue, unfortunately, to weather the storm defensively, with Brett Pesce being out for as long as you're saying he's going to be out, and offensively for as long as Jack is going to be out. And I know you're saying it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to make a move. There's still a chance that they could. Certain guys coming back, Cody Glass coming back has been great for this team. But yeah, dude, all the negatives aside, it could be way, way worse. I think Sam said before the show since Pesci got injured, they're 9-7-1, right? So not amazing, not bad. You're keeping yourselves afloat, which is
they're 4-4 without Jack. So they've definitely stepped up in those areas where in the past we've seen them once they lose that big piece like that, they just fall apart and can't stop the bleeding when it does happen. But now we see that they are able to do that a little bit more. Are they playing as expected? Like there's always things to work on. But yeah, a lot of guys are coming back and getting up to speed, and it's made a world of difference, especially on that bottom six. So, getting the Connor Browns going, getting the Cody Glasses in the lineup. The thing is, we got to keep Cody in the lineup because when he's there, he's definitely a difference maker on the bottom six. We got to get Paul Cotter going. That was huge that he put in that, excuse me, that he put in that breakaway goal, the second, breakaway opportunity that he had in the game. He buried that other one. So that is really nice to see. Stefan Nason with the fights, he gets one goal. Got to get Nace going again. I think, he seems a little bit
Cotter
more
getting a goal.
I'm so glad you weren't listening to anything I was saying because I literally just
I missed that part. Sorry,
I missed that part. You missed that whole part, huh?
No, I missed that
surprise.
part. No, I did. Did you mention Cotter yet? Because he scored.
Yeah, did you mention? Yeah. How about Stefan Nason? Oh, yeah.
Oh, did you hear? Oh, Nason got into a fight with Tage Thompson. What a dude! Smart move. Take your best player off the ice for 5 minutes.
Well, he's gotten into 2, and I think that has also energized this team, that physicality that stuff brings. We saw it a lot last year with Kovacevic, who, by the way, thank you, Dubs and Max and everyone else on YouTube. Yeah, so Kovacevic is going to be out until 2026 as well. For some reason, I thought it was like mid-December or something like that originally, but I don't even think they've announced an official timetable for him. So we'll see what happens there. Hopefully he is back though before the season is up. I don't want to see him miss the entire year. But either way, I think those fights really energized the team and the physicality and brought them together. It's intense when you're out there on the ice and the boys are going at it. So I loved Stefan Nason standing up for Nico, and then also for answering the bell with the Tage Thompson thing. I had, like Sheldon Keefe said, I didn't even remember that happened. But good on, Tage wanted to say, hey, I didn't like it. And Stefan Nason said, all right, I'll go with you. So I'm all good with that. Although you saw some of those Tage Thompson, good thing they missed. I don't know I think he landed like one punch, but if one of those like big right overhook haymakers didn't fly right by Stefan Nason's head behind him, like 2 or 3 times, it looked like Tage Thompson was just like swinging.
Woo! Trying to swing through his head, yeah.
Oh,
hey, you got
Tage is not a fighter, so he's just going in there, throw some fisticuffs and say, "Hey, I didn't like that hit from last season." But either way, I think
super chat, bud. There's a super chat.
Gave some juice. I'm sorry. I don't have my. I gotta.
It's directed directly at you. Some
Mr. Mark Schwab
says, Scotty, Nemo was not saying I need better to play in the first intermission.
He
made this up. But he was obviously
was.
responsible. The second period was tough. We gave them too many chances. Thank you.
What did we call him? Some sort of, I can't remember. Something the something Yoda. I can't remember. Like the Eastern European Yoda. I need a better play. I must.
Better play me, do. Yeah, something like that. Unfortunately, you need. Yeah, listen, man. The Flyers game was tough. But both Flyers games were tough because it felt like the Flyers are a team that when you give them an inch, they find that window and they'll take it on you.
Well, I mean, they're a very good coached, well-coached team with Rick Tocchet, but also, what I liked is this team, they came out flat Actually, they scored first in Philly, and then they went to sleep. But to the Philly game, they came out flat, and they almost fell into that same trap because Philly scored 2 goals in about 2 minutes there. And they almost fell into that same trap where they let in whatever it was. It was like 3 in 26 or 30 seconds, whatever it was there in that one game. But they cut that off. And after that, they started to turn the play around. It took them really until that power play, that critical power play at the end of the second period, where it was like, guys, you have to do something on here. Come on. Mm-hmm. This is a must score, and Timo put it in the back of the net.
I mean, it was a game where, it was.
I liked seeing that.
A little too late, right?
Oh, yeah. No.
I like seeing that too.
But I'm just saying, I liked, yeah.
And then my question to you, though, is because there's a lot of people out there that really got on Markstrom, and another easy target, especially after signing a deal. A lot of people get on Markstrom because, he should have had that one. He should have had that one. And I feel like at points in that game, there's a few, of course, that he looked like he could have had a better opportunity to save on. But there was also points in the game where he could have easily let up 3 or 4 more. So, I mean, Markstrom is I think he's still battling something or working through something.
Yes. 100% agreed there. And it was the same thing. He looked for me personally, I feel like he looks like he's fighting something. He's battling something. He's just not seeing the puck, or not tracking it as well as he usually does. He just seems to be not steady out there or unsure of himself in certain situations. I think he's still working on it, but the game, coincided with him turning it around as well, because after that 4th goal, Sam Wu was talking about it and myself on Devils After Dark last night. Sam thought after the 3rd goal, Sheldon Keefe was going to pull him, as a shakeup for the team. I thought after the 4th goal went in, I was just like, all right, he's definitely going to pull him now and just try to hey guys, let's go, boys. And he kept him in. And after that 4th goal, though, Jacob Markstrom made some really massive saves. I mean, there was a couple where was the one? I know I have it written down here. They had massive glove save on the odd man rush, the pass across when Siegenthaler went down to break up the pass, and then it went right back to Cates, who was trailing the play, and he came across with a big glove save. Those type of saves in the second half of the game, it was like, okay, I expect Marky to make these. In the first half of the game, it was just like every shot at net, you're like, I don't know. And you don't want to sit there and watch your goalie go through these struggles of that. Oh God! Every time you hold your breath, like the VTech days or the Blackwood days and the days of not having that reliable goaltending. I know a lot of people out there are saying that the Devils should lean on Jake Allen a little bit more until Markstrom gets into full swing, which I don't think is a horrible idea. I think Allen has proven this season that he can hold down the fort. And I'm not saying it goes 5-1, 5-1, something like that, where it's 5 games for Allen, then 1 for Markstrom, then 5 more for Allen. I think maybe it should be a 3-2-3-2 or something like that, where you're giving him enough opportunity where he can sustain these wins. But then as I'm saying that, as I'm literally saying this though, there's one problem that I'm seeing though is consistency, right? If you got a goaltender who's hot, if Allen is hot and he's playing 4 or 5 games in a row and he's just lights out, and then you the feeling but we have to get Marky in there because we need him to get work. That sucks too, because then it's well, shouldn't you just ride the hot hand? I know I'm contradicting my own self, but it's as you say it makes you think. Well, I think also, that Markstrom wants to play a lot. That's the way he is. He wants to be out there every single game, and right now it's just not the best thing for him to do. Whatever it is, like we said, he's battling something. He's got to figure it out. But I think he definitely needs to get his reps. Obviously, don't forget about Jake the Snake, a little bit older now. We don't want to burn him out either. Because Jake the Snake is going to be very, very useful coming down the stretch. when Jacob Markstrom does need a rest. I mean, Markey will be key. We got to get him back to where he is or where he was. Excuse me. That's an important thing for this team to make that deep playoff run. So I'm fine with the time being them being, like in this kind of back and forth tandem. That I think that's okay with me until, they really feel like Markstrom has found it. And if he doesn't, then you do have Jake the Snake, but you don't want him burned out as well.
Yeah.
So,
by the way,
I think there's
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's one of the many challenges of being an NHL coach. This is just like a bullpen in Major League Baseball. How to manage that throughout the season. It's every year is just kind of like a dice toss. What's going to happen?
Well, and I know somebody just mentioned that Akira Schmid is having a good time over in Vegas, where he's got a hell of a record right now. Don't forget, Vegas is one of the best teams in the league too. I mean, there's not to take anything away from him, but you could be a pretty serviceable, goaltender and play in Vegas and be okay. I always liked Akira Schmid. I thought he, it sucked after the year that he beat the Rangers in the playoffs, and then he came back, and it was going to be like him and Vitek, and it felt like it was going to be this great tandem. And the wheels just exploded off of that train. Like, didn't even just fall off. They, shot off in outer space. And then, his value plummeted through the floor. And then we were able to get something for him. And that's that. And that's it. Listen, hindsight. Like, who knew Scott Wedgwood would be now considered to be one of the goaltenders that Canada might take to the Olympics? So, guys find it in different ways. Sometimes it's a change of scenery. Sometimes it's a different goaltending coach. Sometimes it's, they had it, but they just didn't have it. Mackenzie Blackwood with Colorado. Also, look at the freaking teams that they're playing for. Colorado, Vegas, right? Like, it's not like we're playing for the I almost said the Coyotes, but even the Mammoth are doing good. The point that I'm trying to make is that's how it is. That is how it is. Our goaltenders, I don't think it's been a horrible situation. And I know whoever said it in the beginning of the show, let's not talk about goaltending. Tough. TS, man. We're going to have to talk about it because it's one of the backbones of the team.
Just want to say this. Akira Schmid still doesn't have a save percentage over 900. This will all even out by the end of the season. His stats are whatever. And I hope the best for him. But this is what Akira Schmid has been known to do. Maybe he has figured it out finally, and if he has, good for him. But
what's his record and save percentage right now?
His save percentage is .896. Just says he has 9 wins. I don't know how many losses he has.
I think he has 3 losses or something like that. Not a lot though.
Good for Akira. I wish him all the success.
876 is not going to be sustainable 100%. But you're playing for Vegas. You have Mitch Marner, Jack Eichel. You have, you have an incredibly talented team in front of you with, you'll be fine.
He's got a career 25 wins. Markstrom and Jake Allen, Akira Schmid, I don't think is, I don't know. I just don't, I'm fine with that, us moving on. I'm more excited about Yegorov making his way up through the ranks. So don't worry about Akira Schmid. Good luck to him. Good luck to Mackenzie Blackwood. Good luck to Scott Wedgwood, who somehow is still playing and racking it up. If he gets on team, good for him. Good for him.
Good
for him.
Yeah. It's like worrying about who your ex-girlfriend's dating, right? It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Yeah. It's good.
There's nothing you can do.
Good for you. Yeah.
Good for you. I'm glad. Tell your mom I said thanks for the casserole.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I don't wish them any, non-success or anything like that. I think it'd be pretty damn cool if Wedgwood gets on the national, because his story will get told, and him being on the Devils is part of that story. So I'm all about it. It's not like the Devils are the only team that passed on Scott Wedgwood. There's a lot of other teams.
I'm just saying, it's just like that whole narrative of like, oh, Fitzy doesn't know what he's doing. He let this guy go and he let that guy go, and it's like, okay, there's sure it's not like he let Martin Brodeur go in his prime. It's not like he was like responsible for trading Patrick Waugh away from the Canadiens and sending him to the Avalanche when Waugh was still in the midst of his prime. Like there's, it's not. Whatever.
I think people also forget there's only limits of like how many guys can be on the team and on the roster and everything like that as well. They can only have a certain amount of contracts.
And sometimes you have to make hard choices. Like you had Nico Dawes, you had Brennan.
That was the choice. Which one are you going to keep, Dawes or Schmid?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
And that was it.
Like, well, we made the wrong choice. But I guarantee you, if they sent Dawes out there, Dawes would be probably doing just as well because it's goddamn Vegas.
Yeah, they're a good team.
You know what I mean?
He's going to perform well.
They're a good team.
Yeah, so good for
him.
And
by the way, everybody that's like, and Mackenzie Blackwood, let's not forget that he had a pit stop over in San Jose, too, before he ended up in the Avalanche organization. So, like, guys figure it out. Sometimes they figure it out. Bobrovsky bounced around. He was a Blue Jacket, and then he was he was a Flyer, then he was a Blue Jacket, and he started to kind of figure it out on the Blue Jackets, and then he went to Florida, and he really figured it out. Some guys they take time. Some people just figure it out in different places. It's just how the world works. It's how the NHL works.
Yeah. Remember that Langenbrunner guy?
Oh, yeah. Jamie?
You think all the Dallas Stars people were all just like, Days! Shouldn't have traded him! Shouldn't have traded him!
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Maybe they're big Jamie Langenbrunner fans. I don't know. I mean, he did us all right.
Now he's the captain up there. See what I mean? This guy's got no idea what he's doing.
We'd made huge mistakes, you guys. Can't believe it. Officer Bob, I remember that. Give me your badge and your gun. You're off the case, Bobrovsky. That's a good throwback. If anybody knows that one.
Ted said Yegorov looked good last night against Cornell. Very nice. Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know. Like,
he got the win.
If Schmid, great, good for him. Like that's fine. Wedgwood, awesome. I hope Wedgwood gets on the Canadian team because there will be a lot of mention of the Devils and the other teams that he played on as well. He had playoff runs with Dallas, so there's going to be a bunch. And good for Scott Wedgwood. An actual like journeyman dude like that who makes it to an Olympic team. I'm all about it. Underdog story. You got your Netflix documentary sold, sir. Well, the Wedgwood world.
You got your Hallmark movie made.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah, he's like the
Hallmark.
He went out
every year, dude.
Every holiday.
You get
every holiday. It'll be like the Scott Wedgwood story, A Christmas Tale.
Yeah.
And he's like working on a tractor, and they're like, Scott, we need you to come back to the NHL. You need to save the Dallas Stars. And he goes, I don't know.
Each of the teams that he's played for at some point.
You're gonna play. Yeah, every time he's back, Scott, come to the NHL. You're gonna be playing for the Devils. And he's like wrenching on an engine.
He's got to have the dramatic pause, like. I said I would never play for them again when they let me go when I was so young. I don't know if
I got to learn to love again. They made me learn to love again. I learned to hate so much that I don't know if I can love anymore. Damn it, Wedgwood. Grab your gear. Get on that bus. And then there's the country girlfriend who's like, he's never going to be the same. He's going to fall in love with a city girl. And he's going to go to Team Canada. And he comes running back and he's like, nah, babe. Never. Take my wrench. Hold my wrenches. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Played by Jennifer Aniston. Thanks, Felix.
Man.
movie producer. I can see it now in the big lights. There you are, Scott Wedgwood. Everybody will come from all around just to see you in the talkies.
In the talkies. On the big screen. Get your name on the matinee.
On the double.
Get your name in the bright lights. On the bright lights, kid. That's where you'll be.
Sam Wu did you do a costume change there, Sam Wu? And weren't you in a Paul Bunyan flannel earlier, and now all of a sudden you're in a new jacket?
I went out for a lucky strike.
You went
Great
out
news,
for a
boys.
lucky
War's
strike.
over. War's over. Brought to you by Lucky Strikes. I hope you heard the news. But we're bringing the boys home, and Scott Wedgwood will be in goal.
And Scott Wedgwood will be in goal.
Anyways,
at the big parade.
Yeah, at the big parade, Scott Wedgwood waves to his adoring fans. Hello. They're making him the chancellor of the town and giving him a large, oversized key.
Today is the happiest day of my life. I want to just say.
Then you got to tie it back into the Country Girl, so the Hallmark movie, moment starts happening there.
I've been waiting for you, and I got a surprise. It's puppies. And she has, like, a dog of puppies. And he's like, wow. And she hands him the wrench, and he goes right back into the garage and starts wrenching on the engine again.
Yep.
And then the phone rings, and he goes, oh, not again. Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Yep. I'm going to go inside and watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles now, guys. Mark Schwab. Man. We're going to call you Daddy Warbucks. Daddy War Schwab. I call it now after a quarter of these. Wow, God, when it starts moving, I can't read to begin with, you guys. I call it now after a quarter of the season.
Nemo will ask for
cup.
money. Next year, Mercer's contract is up, and Nico's, the time is now.
Yeah, the time is now. Strike. Weather striking is hot.
The plot's off the books.
Ping! Call Scott Wedgwood. Somebody get him on the phone.
Get Wedgwood.
But sir, he signed to another team. I don't give a damn. that wrench turning son of a bitch out here.
I'll buy the team.
Did you hear that? Scott Wedgwood said he's going to buy the team. Dawson Mercer walks in. Guys, I can't believe it. Scott Wedgwood's on the team now. Markstrom's in the corner. Whittling a piece of wood. I'll show him. As he attacks Nancy. All right, I'm just going too far.
So you're saying Gritsuk and Nemitz will ask for money. I mean, of course they're going to ask for money, but they're only going to get a certain amount.
They probably don't have any arbitration rights at that point. So you just tell them what they should be making, essentially.
Yeah, they'll get a raise.
Making $50. You hear me? You hear me, Nemec? You're making $50. Now get in the locker room. Get out of my sight.
Trade Palat for Palmieri. No. Palmieri just re-signed recently.
Dude, Palmieri had one of the greatest assists I've ever seen in my life. That dude blows his ACL out. He's like skating off the ice. He just strips the puck, passes it backwards, and they scored. I was like, all right, good. I still have a soft spot in my heart for Palmieri. You know, certain guys that leave the team and you're like, man. Like, he's one of those guys that I would welcome back and be like, yeah, I'll take it. Palmieri, come on, jump in the car. Let's go for a ride. Andy Green, like when that was like during that whole time when the Devils were like, we suck real bad. Let's just ship everybody over to the Islanders. And we gave them Andy Green and Zajac and Palmieri, and we're like, here you go. What the hell did we get out of that? Did we get anything out of that? Any of those trades? What was the return? Did Lou really Lou us? Because I don't remember the return on any of those trades.
Chase Stillman.
That's real great. That worked out great.
I'm guessing was it Chase Stillman? That draft?
I don't
pick?
even know.
I don't remember.
It's so crazy that year we had 3 first-rounders, and I remember leading into that draft, and I was just like, take all 3 of them and package them for, I don't know, Brady Kachuk or whatever. And everybody said I was crazy. And now I think Mercer's the only one of those 3 that's left. Because now it's Muhammad and Mercer and Holtz draft, wasn't it?
But it became Cotter and Meyer.
No, that's true. All right. It became something. The kid from the KHL, that defenseman. Ted said the defenseman from the KHL. That's what happened. What's happened with the Utica Comets?
Utica Comets stink.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like because of Jack Hughes, that's why. Okay. I'm like, how did the Devils have like 3.6 in current cap space?
Wait. I like how always something 7 said, think we've had enough of the impressions for tonight. Did we? Do we?
What?
Never. It's always times for impressions. And if you know anything about us, our impressions are just really one guy. It's like the same impression over and over again. Just from different time periods. You're lucky we haven't done accents yet.
You won't talk about Andre Palat.
Oh, crikey, Palat! Yeah, I know.
You want to talk about the Palat? Palat or nothing.
Yeah,
he's got one more year left. I wouldn't worry much about that. I don't know if Lamico is going to come back. Paul Cotter's also a restricted free agent, so he's going to get a little bit of a bump. And the big thing is
not
like
the way
who
he's playing,
who
not
on
the
the
way Cotter's playing. I don't think Cotter's going to get a bump. If he's not.
Oh no, you're going to keep him at 775. You're going to keep him at 775.
I didn't realize he was making 775. That's what he's making right now.
Yeah, he's a rookie. Yeah, that's it.
Is he? Are you sure about that?
He's only 20.
Well, you're probably looking.
I'm looking right at it, sir.
Well,
so Glendening,
Cotter,
same thing.
At this rate, we'll give Cotter like a 1.5 bump. Like if he's making 2, that's too much at this rate.
Oh, jeez.
If he had a season like he did last year, if he carried, no, just
all
be
right.
serious, just be realistic. I'm being realistic.
All right,
you got to look at it from that point of view. Whoa, double window. Oh, there's double Scotty for a second.
It's the ghost of Christmas future, Beer Baron from the Let's Go Devils podcast. You don't get a raise this year. No.
Shake some chains in your face. You get nothing. Paul Cotter, unless you put up like at least 15 more goals, then we'll talk. I should be like the middleman between Fitzy and the players. Be like,
oh, you'd be a great agent, sir. You'd be a great agent.
Oh, great agent. Great A agent. Like, well, you got to really stop sucking so bad because otherwise they ain't going to pay you anything. How about you stop not being good at hockey?
Listen, here are the ones you have to re-sign next year or figure out what you're going to do. Dodonov, he's only 1 year, $1 million. So if you don't want to, you don't need to re-sign him next year. Gritzuk, obviously, you're going to re-sign. He's a restricted free agent. Lamico, $800K. A UFA. Glendening, I wouldn't be surprised to see Glendening come back. If he wants to still, he's what, 36?
He makes more than I do. Yeah.
So okay, and other than that, it's Shimon Nemitz, and then Colton White and Cholowski.
Can I ask you a question though? In regards to like a player like Glendening, right?
Yeah.
not putting in a lot of goals, but are you expecting him to be putting up a lot of goals? But like he's valuable in so many other ways.
Yeah.
So is he a guy where it's like you don't need him to be on the score sheet, you just need him to be able to contribute, especially like PK, things like that.
He's on the score sheet, just a different section. He's just in a different columns, just not the goal and the assist column,
like
but he's in
face-off wins and things like that. Yeah,
face-off wins, penalty kills. Oh man, OT when Nico Hischier can't take every other face-off. It's Glenn Denning that's out there on the ice trying to win those, and then jump right off for a quick line change to get someone else out there. So
it reminds me of something the Devils used to have.
I mean, it's part of the game. You got someone who's really good at that, but it's Glenn Denning's also 36 years old, so yeah.
True.
He's not going to be putting the puck in the net. That's not what he's there for. But I think he is valuable. Lamico, I haven't really seen like anything that would say like we need to bring this guy back, unless it's like on like a 2-way contract where he can play down at the AHL level. I don't know. I haven't seen anything rather spectacular in his game. Hopefully I'm proven wrong, but I would assume that once, Zach McEwen comes back and once Dodonov comes back, Lamico is going to go back to being an extra, skater. Yeah.
Lamico,
Lamico, however he pronounces it. I'm not sure. I hear it like 2 different ways. So
I know. And it's interesting because like we talk about him, we talk about Dadonov, but like he hasn't had an opportunity to show what he can do, right? Am I wrong about that? Like I feel like
no, he's been hurt the entire year, basically
hurt. And I'm like, and then when he's on the ice, you're like, oh man, so glad we got him.
He hasn't had a chance to really get his game going at all. Yeah. So, Jay Snow says, Lamico, see ya. Yeah. We should have gotten DeBrincat instead of Dan. Okay. You don't think Glenn Denning's
I think DeBrincat
not coming back
would have cost us way more than Dadonov, though.
I think Glenn Denning might come back. Rather a bigger fourth line. Okay, I mean that's fair. LeChance is probably maybe next year he might be more of someone you see up there on that fourth line there. So I agree with you, Stephen Herschel Walker. I think Glenny is a good is a good role guy. So I wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't be mad if he came back. Yeah, Lamico, I don't know. I just haven't really seen that much.
Yeah. There's some. This team has like areas that they still need to tinker with. I think Connor, I think bringing Brown in was a great addition. I think he's been very. I mean, he's been incredible. I think bringing in, I don't know. Glendening made sense, and it's like it's been nice. It's been a nice story because he's been doing like we've been saying, like he's been doing all the things we need him to do, and then some.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if we talked about this last week, where hearing Pesce's going to be out for another couple of weeks. Jack's going to be out for another couple of weeks. And I know, like, we were talking about, like, don't make the panic move. Don't make the dumb, like, mortgage the future. Let's go get stuff. There's just so much noise, and it's, like, unusually early for this kind of noise to be happening. I know we're closing in on the end of the show anyway, so we might as well bring it up. The fact that Quinn Hughes' name keeps getting bounced around. I honestly don't think he's going anywhere. I think the Canucks would be smart to move him because he will – I don't think he's re-signing with the Canucks, but like, I don't know. It just he might be a Red Wing. He might end up in Detroit. There's people that were saying he might end up in Philadelphia. So like, I don't like the fact that like some fans get all their hopes and aspirations like built up, and put into one basket and just being like, oh, Quinn Hughes. If it happens, it happens. But at this point, like, do you really want to get rid of Simone Nemec, who's been having a pretty incredible season so far? I mean, I know there's a lot of people that also say, like, yeah, you're giving up, a possible future for a proven commodity who's like a top 5 defenseman in the league. Former Norris Trophy winner. So, yeah, of course, all day and all day and twice on Sunday, you give up Nemec for Quinn Hughes. But I don't know, man. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of chatter. There's a lot of buzz going around. There's been tons of different names that have been thrown out there. Ryan O'Reilly, someone we mentioned last week. Steven Stamkos, somebody we mentioned last week. Feels like people listen to our show and they regurgitate what we say or something. But there's just kidding. But yeah, there's a lot of names that are out there that are getting attached to the Devils, and it feels like, this is stuff that you would normally hear in February. This is stuff you would hear like getting closer to that trade deadline. So I don't know. Are they going to sit on their hands and do nothing and just let the team ride the wave, or are they going to pull one of these, proposed moves for one of these players that are out there that are kind of being floated around? Because Nashville's a dumpster fire right now, and Calgary's like kind of coming back to life a little bit, but still kind of a mess, and Vancouver's a mess, and like, should they make a move? Shouldn't they make a move? I don't know.
Don't make a move for the sake of making a move. Because you have, like we said, you have 2 really big moves built in already, just waiting for you come January with Pesci and Jack Hughes. So I would say if you make a move, it's to get a little grittier, a little tougher. I don't know. I think you bring back Jack, and that's the scoring you're going to need. And Pesci's going to give you the defense that you need. I say toughen up. You need to be tough for a playoff run.
So Ryan O'Reilly, if you're going to make any of those moves, it'd probably be O'Reilly.
Even
though they're asking, supposedly they're asking for what every team asks for, a first overall, not first overall, first round pick and a proven commodity.
No, then I'm not. I just, we're not like, I don't know why everyone is so up in arms about this, but
no, Brian.
The last time I looked,
no to Evander Kane.
The last time I looked, which is right now, okay, the Devils are in 3rd in the conference with 25 games played.
Mm-hmm.
They got 33 points. I get it that everyone is tight in the division, but they're not sitting there at like, what's our record here? 16-8. If we were 8-10 or something like that, 9-10 and 1 or something like that, okay, we got something to look into here. But 16-8-1. What is this, 10, regulation wins?
Would you go after Sherwood?
No, 14. I'm sorry, 14 regulation wins. So I don't know, man. 9-1-1 at home, 7-7 on the road.
Yeah, that road record.
I don't know. I feel like this. I feel like our fan base gets too worked up too quickly. What?
That road record needs to be picked up. I said the road record needs to be picked up. But like the the other name that kind of floated out there was Sherwood, the kid from Vancouver too, who's like a interesting name to kind of propose out there as well. I don't know. That I don't disagree with you that they shouldn't make a move, that they should just ride the wave, and that they're actually not doing as bad as people think they're doing, and their record shows that they're not doing as bad as they think they're doing. I just think that a lot of the time, like, the things that this team needs, like the grittiness, the toughness, like the things that they, point to, I don't know. I think they'll be fine. And yeah, it's going to be great when we get Jack back. It'll be great when we get Pesci back. But do you really feel that this team, even when everybody's healthy, can contend with the best and the best? Like a Colorado, like a Florida. Are they going to be able to out-duel Carolina, who we can't seem to get past?
Well, listen. Right now, I don't know if anyone's going to deal with Colorado. They're 18-1, so they are on another planet right now, and hopefully they will eventually come back.
By the way, who's the only one? What's that one loss? What's that one loss they got from?
That's right. That's right.
Just saying. Just saying.
Good point. Good point.
Thank you.
Listen, Florida's going to get back, but we're going to get some guys back too. They're playing without some key players at the moment.
That's actually incorrect, Beer Baron.
What? They beat Colorado earlier in the year. It wasn't in overtime.
It was in overtime, wasn't it?
No, I'm pretty sure it was in regulation.
Now
I got to look that up.
It might have been overtime. I don't know.
Sam.
But either way, I forgot what the hell I was saying.
It's okay. Nobody's
Whatever.
listening anyways. No, Colorado was a win. Oh, was it an overtime win? Now I got to look at this. It's a 4-3.
Oh, yeah.
4-3 win.
But I think the Devils can stand with a lot of these
it was overtime.
teams.
Damn it. God. It was overtime. And that was their eighth.
Florida.
Was the eighth straight victory was when they beat Colorado.
See, Florida right now, that would be a team I'd be thinking like, we're 12-11. We're still missing a couple key pieces.
But they have like reinforcements coming. And they're a team that they're like, we'll just make it into the playoffs, we'll be fine.
But Barkov's not
and what is their
back.
division? Barkov's not coming back, but Kachuk is coming back.
They're like 8th right now in the conference. In the wild card, excuse me. They're 8th in the wild card. 25 points, 24 games played. They're 12-11-1. See that if the Devils were sitting at that record, then I'd be wondering, is just, Jack and Pesci and Kovacevic, is that going to be enough? Do we need to add a little bit more because we're kind of just treading water here?
Mm-hmm.
The Devils are 16-8, and that's, to me, that's a little bit different. So I think what the Devils need to work on is just like you talked about, the road record. They got to work on playing away from the Rock.
Yeah, they need to start to figure that out. But yes, and it is time to wrap. Utah Mammoth are a much better team than the Coyotes. You kind of feel bad for Phoenix because that team, the way they're constituted now, they were building towards that, and then they were like, we're out of here. We're going to put you in a college arena and then make you guys suffer for a year, although that was one of the greatest experiences of my life. And then now you're in Utah, and now you're going to be a good team. This is like what happened to the Nordiques. Remember the Nordiques were like right on the verge of being like an amazing team? They had like Joe Sakic, Peter Forsberg, and then they moved to Colorado and became the freaking Avalanche that we all know.
Yep. Well, I like how you said, let's
Sam,
wrap it up and then open up this whole new conversation of things. There.
No,
so,
but I put a bow on it, all right? I put a bow on it. I put it under the tree, and it's already done, all right? Relax. Jeez, this guy. Open up a new kid. Here's my final thought. Scotty, you can shove it. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
No, my
final thought is going to be good. You got another one? You've had like 3 or 4 of them here. Come on. Let's go.
All right, my God. No, my actual final thought is they'll stay afloat. They'll figure this out. But the good news is that Timo and Nico are playing great. They just need to, sustain that and to pick up some secondary scoring, like Gritzik getting 2 goals the other night. So I think the boys will be all right. That's it. That's my final thought. On to you.
All right.
Kind sir.
My final thought here is, with this team's performance, something that we haven't really talked about too much, but we were kind of mentioning an area surrounding it a little earlier today about the condensed schedule and how busy all the teams are. A lot of NHL teams aren't getting to practice quite as much as they normally would. They're trying to, watch how much the boys are out there on the ice, how much their energy they're expending, all that, that sort of stuff. But they aren't getting as much practice as probably they can use on certain situations. So just keep that in the back of your mind when we go through this week, because it's another hellacious schedule week. We got 4 games this week. Monday at home, Columbus. Wednesday at home against the Stars. Friday against the Golden Knights. I do hear the Vegas Girl Scouts may be in town looking for Sam Wu at American Whiskey. He may need some extra muscle, as they like to call it. Bodyguards to go along with Din Wiesel. So please, if you're in the area and we need to provide protection from the Vegas Girl Scouts to Sam Wu, I hope you will step up to the plate and make that happen.
8 games.
Right, Sam?
8 games in.
And just like Vegas, I'll leave because I'll be in Chicago that day.
That's right.
So Beer Baron will have
Never
to
mind.
Beer Baron will have to
I'll be
take the
there.
brunt of the Girl Scouts.
Well, after all that, it's 4 games within the week again. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, another back-to-back like that. And the second half, Saturday, they got to go up to Boston. So at least it's not a far trip again like the trip up to Buffalo, but it is still traveling. Let's see the Devils make the most out of this home streak here where they have performed so well so far this season.
My final thoughts. Steve Herschel says I sound like Morgan Freeman.
I love it.
No, I don't think
He's
think
wrong.
so.
He's dead wrong. But
Sorry, Stephen Herschel Walker.
yeah. Stephen Herschel Walker is my favorite name that we've given anybody on this show ever. I don't know why.
Andy Dufresne. Anyway. All right.
He was a friend of mine.
He crawled through a pipe.
We got it.
Anyway.
It's a river, but we got it.
Almost said the S word. Anyway.
I know. That's why I jumped in.
All right. Getting out of here. Tomorrow, Morning Woo. Game Day Live. And Devils After Dark. Devils playing the BJs tomorrow night at the Rock. We'll be there at America Whiskey. Till next time, let's go Devils.